War money. So the markets have proven resilient during the past, and I'm doubling down on this. I'm doubling down on this. U.S. involvement in conflicts is typically good news if markets believe it solves the issue. Meaning, when the U.S. get involved with something, some type of conflict, and the markets feel that the United States solved the problem, the markets rally. Why? Because it keeps us in big dog position. Come on, let's talk about this for a second. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Where is Trump right now? He just landed in the Netherlands. To do what? More conflict resolution. Now watch this. His statement today was, in so many words, y'all pissing me off. Watch what I do if you won't stop. Now, I will say this. To my knowledge, Trump is the first president I ever heard tell Israel, you pissing me off. Now, I'm not saying nobody never said it. He got publicly invented dropping F-bombs. He said, hey, you pissing me off. And then he said, you better stop. Come on, man. He said, I'm mad at Iran too, but Israel. I've never heard a president get, huh? Yeah, then he said, I'm gonna stop it. Don't worry. Bro, I'm telling y'all, I don't know what this dude got. I don't know what, Trump juice. But
Grandma gave me that change.
check it out.
Debo.
Markets have proven resilient. So watch this. So if they hold, watch this though. If this holds, this conflict, bro, you know the type of feather that's gonna put in his cap? Okay, like put your emotions to the side. Bro, he about to, listen, if this holds, if like not another missile gets launched, he goes to the Netherlands with so much power. And then if he can get Ukraine, Russia, he went got them. And if he can broker the right deal with China, bro gonna walk around like Optimus Prime, dog. He gonna walk around like, and here's the thing, the market's gonna respect it. I said all that to say that. The market's gonna hold on to it. Now let me show you how that's gonna lead to something powerful. That's gonna be the feather in his cap for his whole, until something else come up that he create. But that's gonna put the Democrats in even more of a, because then he gets to put who he want in front of them. And you know he's talking about a third term. Barack better get ready to come out of retirement, because they ain't got nobody in the Democratic Party that can,
Nobody.
Not nobody. Barack gonna be their only chance. And here's what I know. I looked at Barack in 2008.
Oh, he different.
To the Barack that got out. Boy.
He ain't quick. He's starting to slow down.
He done started slowing down because he been out of office.
Yeah. But he was.
You know why? Because you get to say what you want and go home to your wife.
Yeah.
You gotta listen.
And I don't even think Michelle like him like that, based off the podcast she been on recently. But we ain't going there. I'm just saying.
Oh, but look at this. Watch this. Operation Desert Storm, market went up. NATO bombing of Yugoslavia, went up. Watch this. Market went down. United States invade Iraq. Look what happened after that. I'm just saying. and boy, you took the words out of my mouth, cuz. There's a prime nucleus in every one of these things that happened. What you think it is, Jose?
I mean, I heard him, so I don't even
Goddamn Republic. It's the Republic. Bro, it's the dang on Republicans. Put your emotions to the side and pay attention to who moving the pieces on the table. But I'm telling y'all, if this go how this, bruh, if this go, somebody say Barack ain't it, do your research. Bruh, I know all the research about Barack. You can't tell me nothing I know. All I'm saying is there's nobody in the, let me be real with you, bro. Ain't none of them it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start right there. Ain't none of them it. And I'm always be the person to say they use Barack to kill Gaddafi. That's always, I'ma always look at Barack sideways for that, bro.
But if we talking of popularity, he got.
But we talking popularity. See, the
regardless
problem
of
is,
whatever.
so watch this. The biggest problem people have, they looking at who gonna do right. When any one of them did right by you, bro. Kid, I just told you, we just had a whole 15, 20-minute talk about get out your feelings. Listen, here's what we understand. Trump won this all based on popularity. And watch this. Presence is what won this.
Mm-hmm.
Presence. He ain't outsmart them. He ain't have a cold-blooded political strategy. Presence. If you can say you took any debate, if you can say you took any debate that Donald Trump did serious without laughing, I'll give you some. I laughed at every last one of them, but here's what I said. Bro, they got the, you trying to outthink somebody that don't care about trying to outthink you. He know exactly who his audience is, and he going straight to him. He talking straight to him. The money continues to flow, right? The U.S. stocks rose Monday and Tuesday despite geopolitical tensions after Iran launched missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar in response to American strikes in Iranian nuclear sites. The Dow gained 0.5, the S&P 0.6, and the Nasdaq composite 0. All prices fell sharply. Brent, which is oil, crude, dropped 7% as Iran measured response signaled possible de-escalation. Investors was initially rattled by fears that Iran may block the strike. I forgot how to say that. I don't know how that is, but I'll just explain to you what that is. But regained confidence, especially after Fed Governor Michelle Bowman backed a possible interest in rate cuts as early as July. Now, it's a channel where boats come through where Iran actually has the power to shut it down. Because when you went out there, you went to Afghanistan or Kuwait? Kuwait. Well, y'all ain't have to deal with that. Y'all ain't have to deal with that. I thought you went to Iraq. I was about to say, because you went to Iraq? So Iran actually has power, right? Iran actually has power. And by law, oil stocks were supposed to spike. Because anytime there's a threat to supply. When there's a threat to supply, there's an issue. Now, here's the thing. I was reading something from Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton said that the Israeli government has been having threats that Iran and this nuclear issue for years, and I think it went back to 2004. And Bill Clinton said something that was really important. He said, if he starts a war with Iran, it guarantees that he stays in power. And I thought about something. No country ever shifts or changes power in the middle of a war. It's not the best law of practice. Somebody said it went back as far as 95, facts. And so my thing is, I want us to just pay attention to it, but I don't want us to get lost in it.
Yeah, there's a setup coming on that one. Like, you can see it now.
And the crazy part was, like, if I can remember, I think they initiated the shit. It's real. They initiated it, this rip, right? They initiated. Let me ask you a question, cuz. Why don't the world want Iran with a nuclear weapon? I knew they was with China and Russia, but Russia got them. I be asking cuz because I know he went to war. That's why I be asking cuz a lot. Anytime I got war questions, I go to him. Every time. Every time I got war questions, I go to cuz because I know that's his shit. Now here's my language right here. Y'all know this is my data for you right here. The S&P 500 performance after geopolitical-led volatility spikes since 1950. 1 month later, 2%. 3 months later, 3%. 12 months later, 9%. Remember what I told y'all? Remember we said this? There's an old graphic, Jose, when I said after a sharp 20% decline, 1 month later, 3 months later, 9 months later, the data ain't failed us yet. Now, here's more. That's what I love. I love data. I love data. Because data don't have no emotion. So watch this. The S&P, you take this how you want it. The S&P, so I told y'all this after the sharp decline. I say after a 20% decline, this is what the market does. Since then, we've put in about 15 plays. Why? Because I trust data. It's how I'm data-based. So hear me when I say this to you. After a geopolitical-led volatility spike, since 1950, this is what the market has done. 1% later, 1 month later, 2%. 3 months later, 3%. 12 months later, 9%. Do what you want with that information. All right, Magnificent 7. Will they have a summer run? Sean, tell me how you feel. Mag 7 up, summer run. Check this out. Meta leading the pack, plus 16%. I'm surprised right here. Microsoft. I'm gonna tell you something. This NVIDIA story is phenomenal. Down 23%, bro. To plus 4? Tesla was down 50% to -8. Bro, what we doing?
40%.
Amazon, -5. I'm kind of shocked at Google a little bit, though. I got a question for you. Do you think NVIDIA reaches 20% this year? Or all right, question. Do you think NVIDIA does 15% or more this year? Double digits.
What it currently is now, I'm trying to think from a
4%,
perspective.
147, all-time highs, 153, has to break that. Does NVIDIA do double digits this year?
So dang, it would have to be like 15% is like, so if it's 15, like 150, it had to hit like 170, 180.
Yeah.
I don't know about 180. I think it could go maybe like 10.
10%?
But like NVIDIA ain't moving like it used to. It's not moving like it used to. It got upside. I'm not saying it's not gonna go up, but that much, because that would mean that it fixed a 40% deficit because it was down 20, went up back to break even, then back up. That's crazy.
All right, next question. Does Apple turn positive on the year?
No. No.
Yeah, Trump got them in a chokehold.
Absolutely.
Trump got them in a chokehold.
No matter what Trump is saying, you notice this whole time, Trump been talking crazy and Apple is still down. Still not reacting.
He told them they tripping.
Yep.
He said, if you don't make an iPhone in America, I said, ooh.
He hasn't said one good thing about them yet. They still down. I'm like, hey, until he say something positive.
Now, Apple is talking about buying Perplexity, which is an AI.
Yep.
The rival to ChatGPT.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think because negative 17%, they got to eat up that deficit. And they got to, again, the deal got to go through. They still got to do the integration. That's still, the market still has to react positively to that. Even if it does, it might do something like Amazon, maybe like negative 5%. But I feel like it might still be, I don't know. They getting dogged right now.
All right, last question. Does Tesla go positive this year?
I know people gonna be mad, but I think it can. I think it's gonna maybe barely, but I think it's gonna definitely get positive this year. Just You seen the back and forth with Trump, even like how everything is
I
going.
think they good though.
I still think, yeah, because eating up that deficit, institutions see something, whether good or
That
bad.
thing was down 53,
Yeah.
54%.
That's a lot of. You know how much shares? You know how many shares you got to buy? You know how much betting you got to do, like on this upside? They know something. So this is probably gonna go positive, most likely.